Welcome back, my friends, to episode 169. Now, if you're like me and many other Americans, you may struggle with sleep from time to time. Perhaps you have difficulty winding down at the end of the day, or like me, you may have your brain running and have a hard time shutting it off. So today's episode is going to set up how do you utilize and maximize some key supplements to help you to get the rest and the sleep that you're looking for. Now, understand that great sleep is built through habits. And so today, I just want to give you a quick guide to some of the supplements that I use, but that's in addition to my sleep schedule. I have a fairly regimented sleep schedule and a pretty solid sleep hygiene. If you want to learn more about that, reach out to me, and I'm happy to send you over my sleep guide that breaks these supplements down and gives you my recommendations of where you can get them. Again, this is not determined or set up to give you recommendations that are health recommendations that go against what your doctor says. And I would highly recommend that anything that we talk about on the podcast relative to your sleep, taking supplementations or anything of the like, that you check with your doctor first before you start on any new routine or any supplementation. Supplements, however, are supplementary. I can't stress that enough. If you have a healthy lifestyle in place, and it's a good time to get some supplements going. But sleep is the one area where I may jump to the front of the line when it comes to supplements rather than lifestyle first. And we'll talk about why.
Welcome to The Evolved Man, where we are at war with the mediocrity of modern man. The Evolved Man is for men like you who are willing to be strong, open, and aggressive learners. Men who are not afraid to disrupt and change. It's time we ditch the current conventional idea that we devolve with age, that the dad bod is our destiny, and that the glory days are behind us. Your best isn't behind you, and I'm here to provide you with practical tools, a few tips and tricks, and everyday wisdom to help you evolve into your highest form. Strong, lean, smart, educated, and emotionally intelligent. Now, let's go to war.
Welcome back, my friends. Hey, this is going to be a short episode, so do me a favor, would you? Because I'm saving you a little bit of time. I want you to jump on and give us a like and a rating on whatever podcast app you're listening to us on. Every time you give us a rating, it helps us to reach more people. Purpose of doing this podcast is to provide no cost of consumer content that you can take with you and hopefully evolve into a more evolved human. So if you are like me and you want to help other people, please drop on, give us a rating, drop us a comment, and your ratings and comments could help someone else find this podcast and help them to evolve into their highest form. Today's episode is episode 169, and I want to break down my top supplements that I use for getting to sleep. Getting great sleep can feel like the elusive holy grail due to a demanding schedule. So here's 5 supplements that I recommend. And again, if you reach out to me, I will send you my document that gives you some links where you can easily pick them up or set them on an automation. If you want to learn more about how to develop sleep hygiene, I've also included a private video at the bottom of that page. So feel free to reach out. I will send that over to you and you will be on our mailing list. Speaking of mailing list, if you have not subscribed to the Evolved Man newsletter, please do so. This is where you can get a constant coaching session with me in your inbox every 1 to 2 weeks. Ready to dive in? Let's go. The first one is magnesium. Now, I take a magnesium in the evening because magnesium is a mineral that plays a crucial role in various physiological functionings, including muscle relaxation and neurotransmission. Now, many people have a magnesium deficiency, which can lead to poor sleep and sleep quality, but it can also lead to increased stress. Taking a magnesium supplement, such as magnesium glycinate or magnesium citrate, can promote relaxation and support better sleep. Magnesium is also a precursor for a neurotransmitter called GABA, which is also another supplement that I take. Now, if you're starting out and you have not taken magnesium, I would recommend taking a low dose to test and see how your body responds to it. Typically, when I take any of my sleep supplements, I do it about 30 to 45 minutes before I want to go to bed and allow them to do what they need to do. Again, all of my supplementations are part of my overall healthy hygiene routine. And so there's a point in the night as I'm going through my sleep hygiene that I start to take these supplements, and that sits anywhere between 30 to 45 minutes prior to bed. Next up is GABA or gamma. I'm going to absolutely destroy this, I'm sure. Gamma, so all of you health nerds out there, call me out on it. Gamma aminobutyric acid, I believe is how it's said. But GABA, for short, is a neurotransmitter that plays a critical role in regulating brain activity and promoting relaxation. Think of GABA as a neurotransmitter inhibitor. If you struggle to shut your brain down at night and you can't sleep because you can't stop thinking, then this is the supplement for you. Now, again, note that magnesium supplements help to promote GABA. So if you take both together, I would start out on the lower dose range and test to see how you feel. Now, if I were you, I would do what I do, and that is start with magnesium, see how your body responds. If your body responds well, continue to do that. Maybe take a slightly higher dosage or add some GABA in to see how your body is responding there. Now, if you struggle, like many do, with magnesium on your gut, then you may just want to shift to GABA immediately. Think of if you are a type A person, somebody who is go, 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 you're constantly thinking, perhaps you're an entrepreneur, CEO, or busy executive, you might have a difficult time shutting your brain off because you're more acetylcholine dominant in your neurotransmitters and you need more GABA. If you are high on acetylcholine, you are going to be low on GABA production. That just is. And so supplementing with GABA, that it will allow you to shut the brain down and get into a nice, calm, relaxed state. One of the things that I love doing is taking my GABA and then going for a nightly walk. I can feel when it kicks in. Many times when my wife and I are out walking to wind down the day and we're talking and the GABA kicks in, I feel like my brain just completely shuts down. The conversation does not come from my end at that point. I'm either pretending to listen to my wife or we just both are in that beautiful GABA state where the brain shut down. We go home and we go to bed. Next up is valerian. Valerian root is an herb that has been traditionally used as a natural remedy for insomnia and anxiety. It contains compounds that promote relaxation and may improve sleep quality by increasing levels of GABA. Valerian root is often used as a mild sedative and can be particularly beneficial for individuals experiencing difficulty falling asleep or staying asleep. Now, valerian root is another one that I would recommend taking slow and small doses and working your way up from there. One note on dosage on valerian and everything else. It always shocks me how we just go by what the bottle tells us. Now, if you are a 250-pound male and you stand at 6'3", or you are a 5'7", 140-pound man, that's a different body that you're showing up to. And so dosages are going to be completely different. That's why I recommend starting small and working your way up to figure out the dosing that's going to be right for you. Next up is the tried and true melatonin. Now, melatonin is one that you have to be careful with because melatonin is actually released in the body and it is a hormone. I'm not a big fan of taking melatonin on a regular basis. However, it is a great supplement for many people to get to sleep. As I mentioned, melatonin is a hormone that's naturally produced in the pineal gland and is released in response to darkness. It helps regulate the sleep wake cycle. And for some people, supplementing with melatonin can promote a more restful sleep. It's particularly useful for those who have irregular sleep patterns due to a busy life or busy schedule or travel. Again, start with low doses of melatonin because it's a hormone and it can negatively affect other hormones. I recommend starting the first 4 supplements before you ever try using melatonin. And when I take melatonin, it's either when I travel and I'm crossing time zones, but my melatonin is also part of a sleep hygiene routine that I do when I travel, where when I wake up, I try to get light as quick as possible. And then I get outside when it's dark so that my body can adapt to the new time zone. I also take melatonin if I've had a busy week or a busy few weeks and I've just had some not optimal sleep and I need to get to bed so that I can feel rested the next morning. Melatonin is not something that is in my regular rotation. And on average, I take it maybe once or twice a month. You need to find out what dosage of melatonin is going to work well for you. But I would recommend that you don't get used to taking it on a regular basis as it is a hormone and potentially affects other hormones. Finally, my go to is tried and true chamomile. Chamomile is a gentle herb that has been used for centuries to promote relaxation and improve sleep quality. It contains compounds that have a sedative effect and can help calm the nervous system and making it easier to fall asleep and achieve a more restful sleep. The way I get my chamomile is through tea. I will drink a tea that is that either straight chamomile, or I will drink a tea that has chamomile in it as I start to wind my day down. From what I can study, what I have experienced, there are no negative side effects to chamomile unless you might be allergic to it. So, again, talk to your doctor and make sure that anything that you're taking, whether it's an herb, a hormone like melatonin, or anything else, that you are safe to take it, especially if you're taking any prescription medication or are under the care of a doctor. Now, while these natural supplements may help to improve sleep quality and enhance recovery, it's essential that you consult with a healthcare professional before starting any new supplement regimen, especially if you have underlying health conditions or are taking other medications. So, for more information on how to maximize the recovery with great sleep hygiene, reach out to me and I will send you the bonus video that you can look at that helps you to set up your overall sleep hygiene. Now, I'm curious, how do you sleep best? Are there things that you're using that you find to be very effective? What did we miss on this list? And what would you add? Reach out to me. Well, there you have it, folks. Thank you again for joining us for this particular episode of The Evolved Man. I hope this was helpful for you, and I hope it is something that helps to put you to sleep. I've had several people reach out and say, Steve, the only thing I need for sleep is for you to read a book to me at night. So record a book reading and I'll listen to that and your voice will put us to sleep. So I hope this one didn't put you to sleep right now, but I hope it will later. And with that, it's time to wrap up another episode of The Evolved Man. It's time for you to get out there and evolve.
Thanks for joining me today for this episode of The Evolved Man. If you're learning from and gaining value from this podcast, please subscribe to the Evolved Man newsletter, where I can support you even more in your personal evolution. I want to help you reverse engineer your success. The Evolved Man newsletter is like getting a free coaching session to keep you moving forward on your path of personal success. Go to theevolvedmanpodcast.com to sign up today. If you found value in this episode, you can give us up to a 5-star rating on Apple and Spotify and share it with your network. That's the best way to support the podcast so we can continue to get great guests and provide you with the best wisdom for your daily life. Until next time, keep evolving.